phone rings. You look down. It says, "Mom." You answer, and on the other end you hear panic. Not a stranger, not a robot, not some obvious scammer with a fake accent. You hear someone you love, crying, begging, saying they're in trouble. And in that moment, your brain does not ask, "Is this artificial intelligence?" Your brain asks one thing: how do I save them? That is the trap. Because the most dangerous AI scam today is not trying to hack your phone. It is trying to hack the one thing stronger than your password: your trust. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you how AI voice scams work without giving scammers a playbook. You'll see why one familiar voice can override logic. You'll see the warning signs most families miss. And by the end, you'll know the simple safety protocol that can stop the call before money leaves your account. Because the rule has changed, you can no longer ask, "Does it sound like them?" You have to ask, "Can I verify it's them?" That difference can save your family thousands of dollars, maybe more. And later in this video, I'll show you the one family phrase that can break the entire scam in under 10 seconds. For decades, scammers have used a familiar setup. A grandchild is in jail. A son has been in a car crash. A daughter has been kidnapped. A parent needs money right now. The details change. The psychology does not. The scammer creates panic, isolates the victim, and demands fast payment before anyone can think clearly. But AI has changed the emotional weight of that moment. Before, the caller had to convince you with a story. Now, the caller may sound like the story is already true. The voice shakes, the breathing sounds panicked, the words feel personal, and because it sounds familiar, your brain fills in the gaps. That is why this works. Not because the technology is magical, because fear is fast and verification is slow. The FTC has warned that scammers can use AI to clone a loved one's voice from a short audio clip, including clips posted online. That clip could come from a public video, a social post, a podcast, a live stream, a birthday message, a voicemail, a creator intro, or any place where your voice exists outside your control. Now, here's the key point. This video is not about how to clone a voice. We are not giving criminals instructions. The only thing you need to understand is the risk model. Your voice is now a piece of identity data, just like your face, just like your name, just like your phone number. And when voice, caller ID, urgency, and family emotion all appear at once, the scam becomes much harder to process in real time, because the question is no longer, can a scammer sound convincing? The question is, can you stay calm when the person you love sounds terrified? Pause for 1 second. Imagine your closest family member calls you right now. They are crying. They say, "Please don't hang up." What do you do first? Most people think they know. The scam is designed for the moment they don't. This is not hypothetical. In one widely reported case, Jennifer DeStefano testified after receiving a call that sounded like her daughter during a fake kidnapping scenario. The ransom demand reportedly started at $1 million and was later lowered. The terrifying part was not just the money, it was the emotional realism. The voice sounded personal, the distress felt immediate, and that is exactly why these scams are dangerous. The FT also reported that in 2025, people lost $3.5 billion to imposter scams, and imposter scams were nearly 1 in 3 fraud reports. The FBI's 2025 Internet Crime Report added another layer. AI-related complaints cost Americans nearly $893 million, with scammers using voice clones, fake profiles, fake IDs, and believable videos. So this is not one weird internet story. This is a market, a criminal business model, and AI is making the product more convincing. Here is where the scam actually happens. Not after 10 minutes, not after a long conversation. The scam happens in the first 10 seconds. That is when the voice lands. That is when the fear spikes. That is when your body wants to act before your brain verifies. Scammers pressure you with 3 signals: urgency, secrecy, payment. They say there is no time. They say don't call anyone. They say send money in a way that is hard to recover. The FTC specifically warns that requests for wire transfers, cryptocurrency, or gift cards can be scam signs. So if a caller sounds like family but demands secrecy and fast payment, you are not in a normal emergency conversation. You are inside a pressure system, and pressure is the product. A lot of people say, I'd know. I'd hear something wrong. It would sound robotic. That confidence is exactly what scammers want, because modern synthetic voices are not always robotic. And even when there are flaws, panic makes flaws harder to notice. Research on defensive challenge response systems shows why passive listening is not enough. In one study, human evaluators reached 72.6% accuracy on a challenging subset, while human AI assistants improved results to 84.5%. Translation: detection improves when you stop guessing and start verifying. Do not play detective with the sound of the voice. Do not analyze breathing. Do not trust emotional familiarity. Change the channel. Ask for proof. Use a safe phrase. Call back on a number you already know, because the voice is not the evidence. The voice is the bait. Here is the protocol every family should have. Rule 1. Hang up or pause the conversation without explaining your next move. You do not need to be polite to a possible scam. Rule 2. Call the person back using a number already saved in your phone, not a number the caller gives you, not a link, not a new messaging app, a known number. Rule 3. Use a safe phrase. A safe phrase is a short, random phrase that only your trusted group knows. The National Cybersecurity Alliance recommends safe words for urgent calls or messages because AI scams can impersonate loved ones or coworkers. Do not use a birthday. Do not use a pet name. Do not use your street. Do not use anything that appears on social media. Make it weird enough to be private and simple enough to remember. Something like blue suitcase, cactus river, orange elevator. Not those exact words. Choose your own. And rule 4. If money is involved, slow everything down. A real loved one in trouble will still be in trouble after you verify. A scammer needs you to act before you verify. That is the difference. The Swiss NCSE has warned that criminals may use AI-generated voices of family members in emergency scams, with voice samples coming from social media or other public sources. That means your public digital footprint matters, not because you should disappear from the internet, but because you should understand what is exposed. If your child posts public videos every day, their voice is public. If you host a podcast, your voice is public. If your company posts executive speeches, those voices are public. If you upload family clips with names, locations, and relationships, the context is public too. And context is what makes the scam believable. The voice creates recognition. The personal details create trust. The emergency creates action. That 3-part chain is the trap. This does not stop at families. The same pattern can target companies. A finance worker in Hong Kong was reportedly tricked in a deepfake video conference that impersonated company leadership, leading to a claimed $25 million loss. Different setting, same core attack. A trusted identity appears. A request feels urgent. the victim is pushed to act. That is why businesses need the same rule as families. No high-risk action should depend on voice or video alone. Payments need separate approval. Executive requests need out-of-band verification. New bank details need a second channel. And anything that begins with "keep this confidential" should trigger more verification, not less. Because secrecy is often where the trap closes. Now let's replay the first scene. The phone rings. It says, "Mom." The voice is panicked. It sounds real. But this time you know the protocol. You do not argue. You do not send money. You do not stay trapped inside the caller's script. You say, "I'm going to verify this." Then you hang up. You call the real number. You contact another family member. You ask the safe phrase. And suddenly, the scam loses its oxygen. Because the scam does not survive calm verification. That is the entire lesson. AI can fake a voice. It can fake urgency. It can fake a situation. But it cannot force you to skip your process. Your process is the shield. Tonight, before this becomes real, choose a family-safe phrase. Share it offline. Keep it private. And make one rule. If a call is urgent, emotional, secret, and financial, you verify before you act. Because the future of scams is not just fake emails. It is fake trust. And the best defense is not paranoia. It is preparation. Comment below. Who needs to hear this before their phone rings? And send this video to one person in your family today. Not later. Before the call comes.